Okay, thank you. So we'll start the class and everyone knows the rules. We have 10 questions today and I'll read out the question for you. You can see the question on your screen and you will get 1 minute time to think and answer your question in the chat box. I repeat, only answer in the chat box. Do not on your audio or video. Okay, so we'll start and okay. So this is your first question. Gas exchange happens at the interface of alveoli and capillaries due to differences in dash of the gases. Gas exchange happens at the interface of alveoli and capillaries due to differences in dash of the gases. Color, pressure, temperature or contact angle. Okay, I think the question is very clear. You all can start answering. And yes, I request everyone, as I always request in the class, that please be attentive as well as active. Everyone should answer in the chat box. Okay, that will only help you in practicing your concepts. Okay, even if it's wrong, you don't know the answer, still try to answer it. Okay, and even if it's wrong, we will be discussing the explanation, so you will know the right answer. Okay. I can see answers of some people, but I need answers from everybody. Everybody should answer. I'm giving you time to think and answer. There is no need to hurry, but yes, do answer. Done? Is everyone done answering? And yes, everyone should note down their correct answers and we will discuss the right answer, your score at the end of the session. Okay? So keep noting down your score. Whoever has any doubts and queries, they should only write down in the chat box. Okay? Okay. Okay. Whoever are joining late, we are still at our first question. I can give you some 1 more minute, and whoever wants to recollect the session, they can see through the YouTube channel. And I guess everyone is getting the folder link of the presentation as well. Okay. Okay. Everyone is saying B, pressure. Answer? Okay, let's see if it is the correct answer. Yes, pressure is the correct answer. So as you can see from the diagram here, the exchange of gases takes between the alveolus and the capillary. And this exchange is due to the partial pressure of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the alveolus. Here you can see the partial pressure of oxygen is 104 and the partial pressure of carbon dioxide is 40. Okay, so you can see that, and you can see the partial pressure of oxygen and capillary and carbon dioxide in the capillaries as well. Okay, so due to the high partial pressure of oxygen in the alveoli, it moves, it gets transferred to the capillary blood, whereas it is less in the partial pressure of carbon dioxide is less in the alveolus. It takes carbon dioxide from the capillaries. Okay, so that there could be a balance of carbon dioxide and oxygen in our blood. This is the only scenario in this question. Okay, and I think everyone is known about the basic concepts of exchange of gases. if you are having any kind of doubt, you should go back and go through the lectures of this week 11. Obviously we can't discuss everything starting from the basics, but yes, I'll explain the concept behind the question. Okay. Okay, I think this is clear. We'll move on to the next question. This is a very simple question. Which of these has higher elasticity? Arteries, veins, both have same elasticity, or none of the above? Okay, your time starts now. Start answering. Okay, everyone should answer. I'm repeating continuously. Everyone should answer. I don't want anyone that you have joined the meeting and you're sleeping that side. No, okay? It is not the right attitude. So, whoever has joined, everyone should answer. Okay, these are very interesting questions as well as very simple questions, right? Based, basically, these are very factual questions. So, if you know the answer, you can definitely type it in the chat box. If you don't know these simple questions, you should definitely go back and attend the lectures again. Or revise your concepts again. Okay. We are discussing these questions so that you can be familiar with the type of questions you get in your assignments, and obviously you must be having the questions of your present year course which are different from these questions but similar, but type of question is similar. Okay, so if you practice here, obviously it will help you in answering those questions as well. Okay, most of you are seeing arteries, but I need answers from everybody. Okay, also I want to know, when do you have your exam? Have you all registered for your exam? Uh, for this course exam, is anyone giving the exam? When is it? Can you tell me the date? Okay, 30th October. Okay, okay, fine. So this is week 11. Next week will be week 12. That will be the last interactive session of this course. Okay. Okay. We have come very far and good. I have remembered names who have joined in every session. I'm very happy to see them in every session answering questions. Okay, okay. Is everyone done with the answer? Question number 2. Has everyone answered? Okay, this was a very simple question. I don't think you need so much time to answer it. So the answer is yes. I think everyone has answered correctly. It is arteries. Okay, so here you can see the diagram of a artery and a vein. We have already discussed in the last session that veins have valves, whereas arteries do not have. Whereas you can see the wall of artery is thicker than in case of the veins. Why it is thicker in as well as it is elastic in nature. The wall of the artery is elastic in nature as compared to the veins. Why? Because to withstand the high pressure of the blood coming in the arteries. Okay, and and you can see here it is written the pressure in the veins is very less because there is no pumping of blood in the veins unlike arteries. That's why the walls of veins are less elastic as compared to the arteries. Okay, veins do not need to be so strong to withstand the high pressure. That's why they are not elastic, whereas arteries are thick walled as well as they're elastic in nature because the blood flow is very high and they need to resist that pressure. Okay, if the wall is not thick and if it is not elastic, with that high pressure of blood, the artery will burst out. Okay, so that's why its wall is thick. Okay, okay, We'll move on to the next question. Question number 3. If blood is centrifuged, the yellowish liquid supernatant contains mostly red blood cells, white blood cells, plasma, platelets. Again, a very simple question. If blood is centrifuged, the yellowish liquid supernatant contains mostly. The time starts now. Start answering. Okay. Plasma, is it? I guess everyone knows what is a supernatant, what is a pellet, right? Does everyone know what is a supernatant and what is the pellet, right? If we centrifuge a culture, what will be the supernatant and what will be the pellet? Like the upper liquid will be the supernatant or the pellet? This is a general question I'm asking to know that everyone knows what is a supernatant. If we centrifuge a culture, what will be the upper portion and what will be the lower portion? Yes, upper will be the supernatant, which will supernatant is a liquid, is in liquid form, whereas the pellet is a solid in nature and it is settled down. Whatever is settling down, that is the pellet, and whatever liquid we have above the pellet is the supernatant. Okay, okay, good, good. So, is everyone done answering question 3? I couldn't see much answers. Requesting everyone again, everyone should be attentive and answer the questions. So the question is, if we centrifuge the blood, what will be present in the supernatant? Okay. Okay, we'll see what is the answer. I think everyone has done. Yes, plasma is the correct answer. You can see the figure here. See, this is a picture of after centrifugation of blood. So this yellowish fluid is your supernatant, which has plasma, and in plasma there are components like salt and minerals, water and proteins, and this plasma is 55% constituent of blood. And just below the supernatant there is a one layer, a very thin layer, which has the white blood cells and platelets, and the blood, and the most down layer is the, you can see it is 45% constituent of blood, which has the red blood cells. Okay, so we'll move on to the next question. Which part of blood plays a major role in clot formation? Which part of blood plays a major role in clot formation? Red blood cells, white blood cells, plasma, or platelets? Again, a very easy question. Very easy question. I think everyone should answer it correctly. Which part of blood plays a major role in clot formation? I think everyone knows what is a clot, right? What is a clot? Can anyone tell me? Okay, someone has said, some are saying C. Okay, one has said C. Okay. What is a clot? Is everyone done? Okay, let's see what is the answer. Platelets. Okay, so the answer is platelets. Platelets are a part of blood which play a very major role in clot formation. Okay, so here you can see the constituents of blood. You can see here, these white colored ones are the platelets, these red colored cells are the red blood cells. Okay, so when when does a blood clot happens? When we get injured, right? When we get injured, blood comes out, and after some time a blood clot forms there. Okay, so here you can see this is a blood vessel wall that is broken due to an injury, and you can see that uh, after this injury is done, the blood clot, that is after some time, you when you get the injury, the blood starts flowing out, right? But after some time it stops. Okay, that is when happens, when a blood clot happens. Okay, the blood gets clot in your injury. You can see the platelets, okay, and the fibrin come together and make a clot here. Okay, you can see in the figure the platelets, the like the active platelets, the fibrin come together and clot your blood. Okay, so that not all the blood of your body is lost through the injury. Okay, I think everyone is clear. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay, thank you for the extra information. You are correct. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. If the flow in a blood vessel is F, the radius is doubled and the pressure is kept same, the flow would become. The flow would become option A F, 2F, 8F or 16F. So you need to know the formula of blood flow to answer, flow rate or blood flow to answer this question. This is a little mathematical kind of question. Let's see how many of you can answer it. Okay, someone has already answered it. Very nice. Today the questions are very simple and clear cut questions are there. So see if we can get a 10 on 10 today, right? Let's see. Okay. If everyone is giving the answer as 16F, I want to know the formula from you guys. How you calculated 16F? Can anyone explain? I will definitely explain it. But a short, you can explain shortly the chat box how you have calculated it as 16F. Okay. Whoever is joining late, they can again see the session in the YouTube channel. Okay, and whoever are joining late, please go with the flow and start answering the questions. Okay, I need answers from everybody. I want everyone to think and answer. Just don't follow the chat box and answer because someone has answered it. Okay, use your mind and answer it. Done? Is everyone done? Should we discuss the answer? Okay, let's see what is the correct answer. Correct answer is D, 16. Okay, so this question was based on Poiseuille's law, as you can see here. So, what does Poiseuille's law say? The application of Poiseuille's law is in the flow rate with the changing radius. Okay, so because the radius of the arteries, veins, and capillaries differ from each other, and as the blood flow goes from arteries to veins and capillaries, the flow rate also changes depending on the thickness of the wall, elasticity of the wall. We already discussed now. Okay, so the question was, if the flow in blood vessel is F. Okay, so here if you see, for F we take as 100. If we take the flow as 100 centimeter cube per second, it is saying the radius is doubled and the pressure is kept same. So if we double the radius, here you can see the formula. The Here you can see the formula, and if we double the radius, it will be 1600. That is 16 times of flow rate. Okay, here you can see, if we double the length, it will be half. If we double the viscosity, it will be half. If we double the pressure, it will be 2 times, and if we double the radius, it will be 16 times of flow rate. Okay, so I think everyone has answered correctly. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. Ideal systolic blood pressure is between. Very simple question. Ideal systolic blood pressure is between 10 to 20 mmHg or 60 to 80 mmHg or 120 to 140 mmHg or 200 to 220 mmHg. I am asking only about systolic blood pressure. Okay, don't be confused. It is asking only about systolic blood pressure. This is a very common question. Even if you have not studied, you should know, because we all have blood pressure issues in our families and we keep checking blood pressure through the machine, right? Anyone knows what is the machine is called in which we measure our blood pressure? Just a general knowledge question. Does anyone know what is that machine called in which we measure our blood pressure? Yes, correct. Correct. Sphygmomanometer. Nice. I'm happy everyone is answering the questions I'm asking. So I guess everyone is attending the lectures, they're clear with the concepts and they'll do well in the exam as well. Okay. You all should study thoroughly for the exam and do well. Okay. Okay, is everyone done answering question number 6? Yes. Okay, a very simple question. I think everyone is done. The answer is C, 120 to 140 mmHg. So what is the systolic blood pressure? If we explain in layman terms, when our heart beats, it squeezes and pushes blood through our arteries to the rest of the body. This force creates a pressure in our blood vessels, and that is called the systolic blood pressure. So the normal range is actually, if you search in internet, it is given as less than 120 or 120, but generally we consider 120 to 140 as normal range. Okay, so normal range is around, it is written here 100 to 120, but if we go by the doctor's words, it is always 120 to 140 they consider as normal range. Okay, so next is, so the next question is, ideal diastolic blood pressure is, ideal diastolic blood pressure is 10 to 20 mmHg, 60 to 80 mmHg, 120 to 140 mmHg, and 200 to 220 mmHg. Obviously, if you know the sixth answer, you know the seventh answer as well, right? I need answers from everybody. Everyone should answer. No sitting back behind the camera. They're very simple questions, and if you don't feel like answering these questions, I'm not sure how will you do in your exam, right? But whoever has been continuously attending the sessions, the lectures, I'm sure they'll do well. They're going through the, and obviously keep revising the lectures, the past week lectures and the sessions, the questions. Okay, practice the previous year questions as well as the present year questions. Okay, you don't know which questions will get in the exam. Okay, we'll see the answer of this question. Answer is B, 60 to 80. So generally we want that our blood pressure should be 120 by 80, right? That is the normal range of blood pressure, 120 by 80. Okay. So here you can see the systolic is 120 and diastolic is 180. Okay. Sorry, 80. So the diastolic reading is the pressure in the arteries when the heart rests between the beats, right? We get beats. We get around when we get around 72 beats in 1 minute, obviously there is a rest second, right? That rest second is the diastolic reading. Okay, this is the time when the heart fills with blood and gets oxygen. This is the time when the heart gets filled with blood and gets oxygen. Okay, so that is the diastolic reading. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. Carbon monoxide poisoning happens because of its interaction with air, carbon dioxide, urethra, or hemoglobin. Carbon monoxide poisoning happens because of its interaction with air, carbon dioxide, urethra, or hemoglobin. Done. Is everyone done answering? Okay. Let's see what is the right answer. Right answer is hemoglobin. Okay. So here you can see that we inhale oxygen, and sometimes with the environment issues or the environment situations, we also inhale the carbon monoxide present in our air. This could be due to the burning fuel on the cars or the trucks or the small engines on stoves, lanterns, grills, fireplaces, gas stations, furnaces. All of these, in the fumes, the carbon monoxide gas is present. Okay, and carbon monoxide gas could be poisonous to our health. So with oxygen, carbon monoxide also enters into our body and enters into the blood, and it interacts with hemoglobin present in our blood and results in carbon monoxide poisoning, which is a very dangerous situation. So the common symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning are headache, dizziness, weakness, upset stomach, vomiting, chest pain, etc. It is also called flu-like symptoms. The symptoms are same when we get a flu. So if you breathe a lot of carbon monoxide, you may like pass out, or it can kill you as well. It is so much dangerous. That's why it is always recommended to be away from these places which generate fuel, right? That's why it is always advised to wear masks in the places in industrial areas, because they generate a lot of fuel, right? Fumes, sorry, not fuel. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. Blood vessels are mostly made up of skeletal muscle, smooth muscle, cardiac muscle, none of the above. Very easy question. We have already discussed this concept of skeletal muscle, smooth muscle, cardiac muscle so many times. Okay, so what are blood vessels made up of? Everyone should answer. Done? Is everyone done? Okay, so the answer is smooth muscles. We all know that blood vessels are made up of smooth muscles. Here you can see a general structure of a blood vessel. You can see the lumen. Okay, the inner space is called the lumen, and the blood vessel walls are typically made up of these three layers, which is the connective tissue, the epithelial tissue on the outside, and the middle layer is the smooth muscle layer. Okay, okay. Very simple question, and I think everyone has answered correctly. Okay, we'll move on to the last question of our session, which is the unit of hemoglobin quantification in a blood test report is cells per mcl, G per dl, both A and B, none of the above. The unit of hemoglobin in a blood test report. If anyone has noticed, if anyone has checked their hemoglobin levels through a blood test, they should know. If you have studied, then also you should know the answer. Okay, I need answers from everybody. This is the last question of our session. And yes, I hope everyone is noting down their scores. We'll discuss your score after this question. Is everyone done? Yes, gram per dilution. I think most of you have scored 10 because I could hardly see any wrong answers today. Maybe one or two. Let's see. If anyone has any doubts regarding the sessions, these interactive sessions, they can post their doubts or queries in the discussion forum. Also, you can ask me here. I can answer it if I know the answer as well. Okay, let's see what is the answer. The answer is B. Okay, so B is gram per deciliter of blood or grams per liter of blood. The blood test, the hemoglobin test, measures the volume of protein hemoglobin found in your red blood cells and it is measured in grams per deciliter. DL is deciliter, okay, or grams per liter of blood. So why do we do a hemoglobin test? To know how much amount of hemoglobin is present in our blood. In our red, if the hemoglobin levels are less, we know that the level of red blood cells in our body is also less, which indicates a condition known as anemia. Okay, so to identify anemia we do a hemoglobin test, and if a person is having anemia, he's more risk towards other health problems like liver, kidney diseases, blood disorders, malnutrition, cancer, heart and lung conditions, etc. Okay, so if we have any doubts about our hemoglobin levels, if we feel weak, dizziness kind of thing, then we should go and test our hemoglobin. Sometimes it happens that hemoglobin levels in our body are less. Okay, we should consult our doctor for that. So the unit is gram per deciliter. Okay. So with this, we are at the end of our discussion of our session. And yes, let's know your scores. What is the score out of 10? Wait, 10 on 10. Okay. Is there anyone who has not got a 10? 9 on 10. 9 on 10 is also a nice, good score. 8. Okay. 8, 9, 10. I appreciate all the scores. It's good. But whoever has done a mistake, they have answered a wrong question. I hope you have understood the correct answer, and I request everyone to keep revising the sessions because you have your exams coming soon. I don't have any idea about the exams. The questions are made by the course, uh, whoever is teaching the course. That's Manak Das sir. He will be making the questions. I don't have any role in your exams. I just have the role of this interactive session for your assignments. Okay. So I don't have any idea about what kind of questions will be coming in the exam, but yes, of course, it will be from the syllabus you have been taught in your course. So if you're thorough with your syllabus, with the questions of the assignments which we are discussing and which you have from your present year questions, I think you may get questions from that. So yeah, so attending the lectures is very important. Go through the lectures repeatedly so that you don't miss out any concept. Okay. Okay. So we will end this session today and we'll meet next time on next Tuesday, same time. Okay. So keep learning and we'll meet again. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.